Hi guys! I wanted to make a video talking about Berserk. Like, just rambling. This is a drunken ramble. I know you guys probably think that I have like an alcohol problem, but I really don't. Stop. So let's just talk about one of the big things that I always wanted to discuss was, did Casca enjoy the femto rape scene? The reason why I'm asking this question first is because if you reread Berserk, or you read Berserk, or you like look at any Berserk forums, you always stumble across the question of, did Casca enjoy the rape? Which, honestly, if you're like a normal human with a brain, you would obviously be like, Casca, rape in a sentence, who the fuck enjoys rape? No one. So why would Casca enjoy rape? Stupid. The reason why a lot of people have this thought process is because, for a bunch of reasons, I'm gonna name some of them if I can remember. I'm fucking drunk. They might not be like accurate, but who cares? This isn't about accuracy. This is just about rambling seas. She didn't fight back. That was the biggest reason. People were like, why didn't she fight back? Why wasn't she fighting back? Like, Casca's supposed to be like the strong, independent woman who don't need no man, right? No. So why the fuck did she fight back against Griffith or Femto, whatever? So I'm gonna name a couple of reasons that I think. Obviously, these are inferences because I'm not Kentaro Miura. I know we both look alike. Or like immediately before the rape had begun, Casca had just witnessed, Judo died. One of her best friends, one of the people that was like in the band of Hawk, like she just witnessed everyone else die, and now Judo literally risked his life protecting her. After that, a bunch of fucking demons come and surround her, or apostles, whatever you want to call them. They come and surround her, and they find out that she's a woman, and then they proceed to rip off all of her clothing and rape her. I mean, it's kind of inferred that she was raped by the apostles, but it wasn't shown, thank God. But it was inferred because when Griffith appears, or Femto, sorry, I'm gonna keep calling Griffith Femto, I don't care. I know people are gonna be like, Griffith and Femto are two different people. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Griffith and fuck Femto. They can both eat my ass, but don't eat my ass. By the time Femto arrives on the scene and does what he does, she's already, like, Miura, he doesn't implicitly like state that she was raped by the apostles, but it is shown because she has blood dripping down from her vaginal region, and she's like cut and bloodied and bruised. She was fighting off all of these apostles. You can tell because she's breathing heavily, she's covered in sweat, she's cut and bruised everywhere, and it is just a really dark scene. So by the time Femto appears, you can tell that she is drained both physically and emotionally, and she just is in a daze at this point. So when Femto appears behind her and does what he does to her, she's weakened. She doesn't know what's going on. She's probably like in like the sense of like confusion. Like at this point, this is gonna sound like really depressing and like sad, but this is what I take it as. I really feel like she just gave up. By the time Femto appeared and does what he does, I feel like she just gave up. She doesn't allow it to happen, but it's just like, there's literally nothing she can do. Her hands are tied, her legs are bound, like everything about her is bound. Like there's no way she could escape. She tried to fucking fight all these apostles. Judo tried to protect her from apostles. He ended up dying. All of her friends are dead. Everyone's dead. She's given up. Doesn't know where Guts is. She probably assumed the worst for Guts. So when she opens her eyes and she's staring and she sees that Guts is still alive. Not only is Guts still alive, but Guts is there, just as helpless, just as weakened. I feel like in the back of her mind, she thought maybe Guts isn't there, but maybe Guts will appear and save her from this. Not only is he staring there, he's standing there watching it, but he's watching helplessly. Like there's literally nothing he can do. Literally lost his eye, lost his arm, and he still cannot do anything to stop what is about to happen and what is happening in that current state. It just really upsets me when people downplay this situation because they're like, oh, she didn't do anything. Why did she kiss him back? Like, why did she do all this stuff? Like, she could have fought him off. She could have bit his tongue, whatever the case may be. But, like, I feel like in that moment, especially once she realizes that it's Griffith Okay, it's Griffith doing this now, not just some random apostle demon. He's the sole reason why this is all happening. I feel like she just emotionally shuts down. Like, she emotionally and physically just shuts down, and she's just like, I don't know how to handle this. And so it just really upsets me when people place the blame on Casca. They're like, oh, why is Casca so, like, Casca enjoyed it, she just wants to go back to Griffith. And I feel like another reason why people think that she just wants to go back to Griffith is because of the fact that, one, before the eclipse happened, when they finally rescue Griffith and they realize not only is Griffith not the same, but he possibly, more than likely, will never ever be the same. Not only will he never be able to talk, he'll never be able to wield a sword, he'll never be able to, like, accomplish his dreams. And so when Casca finally, like, is face to face with Griffith for the first time, and they're, like, alone in the tent or whatever, and Griffith, like, goes on top of her, and she, like, allows him to do it, and people, like, kind of take that in the wrong way as well. After the love scene between Guts and Casca, Casca promises that she's going to go with him on his journey, whatever his journey is. Like, she's going to go with him, and it's going to be them two together. But when she sees Griffith and realizes that Griffith possibly, more than likely, will never ever get better, and he'll never ever be the same person, she feels guilty. And so she tells Guts that she can't do it, like, as much as she wants to. And it just pisses me off because people are like, I remember reading the comments right after that chapter, people were like, oh, Casca's such a bitch, like, why would she do that after all Guts is done, like, after all they've been through, she's still on Griffith's dick. And, like, people don't really, it just annoys me that a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people that read Berserk, I feel like, don't get the series and don't really get Casca's character. Like, you have to put yourself in her shoes. Like, Griffith is, no matter how much of a dick you think Griffith is, how much of an asshole, which we all do, we all know that he's a fucking vindictive, manipulating, piece of shit thought motherfucker. Like, he, at the same time, gave Casca meaning in her life. Before he arrived, Casca literally had no purpose in her life. Like, her parents had sold her to make more money, and she thought she was going to be doing good for her family, but in turn, like, the guy that he had sold her, like, her parents did that with good intention. Like, they didn't sell her to think that she was going to get fucking raped by the guy. They just thought that she was going to have a better life and thus provide for their family, but obviously the guy attempted to, you know, spoil that. But then Griffith appears, gives her a sword, gives her a reason to live, and gives her purpose in life. Now this person is in desperate need of your help. Would you just in turn walk away and just leave them to be a cripple, a fucking vegetable, essentially? Because that's essentially what Griffith was going to be before the eclipse happened. He was going to be a vegetable for the rest of his life. So Casca felt guilty, as any normal person would feel. Like, she felt guilty, like, while Griffith is in, like, the lowest his life could ever possibly be. She's just gonna up and leave him when he needs help after he helped her. Like, she's not gonna do that. And people think that, like, oh, she's just tagging Guts along. She doesn't really like Guts or whatever. She loves Guts. This is why when she told Guts that she couldn't do it, first of all, she couldn't even look him in the eye. She's fucking bawling her eyes out. She's not like, oh yeah, Guts, sorry about it, Griffith needs my help, bye nigga, it was nice getting that dick though. No, she was crying her motherfucking eyes out. Like, she was so devastated by this realization that, like, I have to do this. The series, she just idolized Griffith. She was in love with Griffith, but, like, not in that sense, not in the romantic sense. She was more so in love with Griffith in the just, like, idolizing sense, if that makes sense. I'm fucking drunk, guys, stop. And so when Guts comes along, a big reason why Casca was such a bitch to Guts and she just hated him and everything that he did, and, like, just wanted him out of the Band of Hawk, was because not only was it because she was jealous of him because Griffith saw him in a light that was different from the way that he saw her and any of the other members, but also because she had feelings for, like, what she felt for Guts was actual love, and she knew that deep down in her heart that she was falling in love with this guy, but she just didn't want to admit it, and it just pissed her off and, like, made her feel weird because it felt like her whole life was a lie, because she felt like what she felt for Griffith was love, and it was weird for her to realize that what she felt for Griffith wasn't love. Okay, and it wasn't until she met Guts that she realized what love really was, you know what I mean? Another thing that people like to, you know, go back to is the scene when I think it's right after the conviction arc. So there's a scene where like the newly like Griffith appears, like the Fantasia-esque Griffith appears, and he's all like beautiful, his hair is all flowy, and he has like a different appearance, like he's so beautiful. And Casca, like, you know, I think she like touches his cheek or something like that, and a lot of people saw that as Casca still having feelings for Griffith. So they're like, if Casca ever gets her memory back, she's going to go directly to Griffith because of that scene in particular. But I really do not see it that way. I really, what I think personally in my heart of hearts, I could be wrong because, again, I'm not Miura. I don't fucking know. I really do think is, like I said, Griffith was reborn using Casca and Guts' unborn fetus, because after the eclipse, Casca has a miscarriage, and like this weird unborn fetus demon thing is born because like Griffith's demon semen fucks up the baby. He's reborn, and I really feel like Casca saw her child in Griffith, which is fucked up, even more fucked up than anything, because it's like another person that raped her, not only raped her, but stole her baby and stole her baby's identity and is like out here like flourishing and shit while they're all out here suffering. Fuck Griffith. Anyways, people like to reference the movie as well. I didn't hate the movies. I think the movies were okay, but like I really hated how they handled the whole eclipse. In the manga, the rape scene was super graphic. In the manga, it was probably like, I think it went on for like 2 chapters or something like that. It was really extremely graphic and extremely like detailed, and the reason why I feel like it was super detailed or whatever is because I really feel like he just wanted to capture just how vindictive and just how evil, just how petty Griffith is, or Femto, whatever you want to call him, just how fucking fucked in the head he is. And I feel like that's why they made it that way. And I feel like when they made the movie, I feel like they lost sight of that and they just saw it as something sexual, which is why I feel like a lot of the times, like when the Berserk Musou game was being announced and being promoted, one of the first trailers for it was Casca right before she was getting raped by Griffith, and they made it like super sexualized, and that just always confused me. A big thing that I just don't like about Berserk is how they, not even Berserk the series, but just like the people that promote it or whatever, I really don't like how they like sexualize Casca. And not only do they sexualize Casca, but they sexualize Casca during the eclipse. Like, it doesn't make sense to me because it's not a sexy moment. Like, it's not hot. This is actually really disturbing, but okay. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this ramble. Bye.